Did that change the stuff? I mean, it kicked everyone out, unfortunately, because, you know, all hell not being able to disconnect, reconnect. It had decided to alter some settings, it looks like, so I'm trying to see if that worked to get rid of the fuzzy. Hoping it did, because I know it's not fun to watch pixelated things.
Yeah, I'm done to 3.
Cool, cool. There's one out. I got 2 more. I do need to fully be on the map, so I should probably make sure I did that with the guy. So I nudged him forward. He had a little bit of his base hanging over off the table. I like to play as close to correct as possible. And if you're wondering, part of my experimenting with these knights is for the next campaign, to see how it works, the different interactions between them. Because I have some ideas, but I want to make sure, you know, I don't have it as alpha tested as this campaign's been.
Yeah, you really want to integrate every aspect of the game.
Yep, that is the plan.
Because that is one of the counters to such a elite, we'll call it, army.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I want to do. And I had no illusions about that fact.
I've got 4 down, mate.
Yeah. Cool. Trying to figure out where to put this other guy. Okay. You have 4 down.
Have you seen my tech priests? What are those?
3. You have a tech priest engine seer and tech priest engine seer.
No, they went camo on me.
They're trying to hide. They don't want to get on the battle. They're scared of dying. I don't want to die.
Darn.
I don't want to die. So, my final placement. He's running away. Game's over. No. There we go. I'm deployed. Yeah, I know I really need to pick an army and focus more to really get the rules down. Got no qualms about that, I know it. But I do want to learn all of them some for running the games, but also for knowing how things will fit to make balanced interactions. Oh right, I need to deploy the new stuff. I grabbed the new Battleforge stuff so I can get those in to be used.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of that stuff's redundant. Like, we already have half of it, if not more.
Right, which some of it I'd like to replace what I have so there's not as many workshop items, so we can find the things we want quicker. So I actually want to start going through deleting some of the workshop stuff if I can, to clean it up. because I've downloaded way too much. I have an addiction.
Could be worse. It's just data.
True. True. All right. So let me know when you're ready to roll off to first round.
I'm still not sure if I want these guys over here. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Nah. Yeah. No. Nah. Yeah. Nah. Yeah.
My roll is
Love
a 3.
it. I love it. Mine is a 3.
6.
3.
I think I'll go first.
No. Really? Are you sure? Do you want to get shot first?
You almost talked me out of it.
Oh, man, I was hoping to.
Alright, I can move 5 and still fire twice, huh?
I believe that's so.
Can you get rid of the,
Can we get rid of the... Oh, yeah. Sorry. You should change it to your color. I was about to do that.
we're just blowing each other up anyway.
Alright. Alright, I got the updated content. The main one you want to get is the current beta testing or alpha testing set, because they've added new stuff in there usually. I do love seeing the night like rocket pod peeks over the building and his face is just below. Imagine if you're in that building, like a Marine, or in that building, not a Space Marine, but like IG Marine, in that building, and the knight walks up and peeks in the window when you're in there. You'd be like, ah! IG life expectancy 3 seconds on the field, right?
Alright, test my movement.
By the way, this is like the map with the best trees I've seen. Like these evergreens. They did a really good job on them. Not the black ones, but the green ones.
I kind of wish that some of them didn't have collision.
Yeah.
And something to mark out, like their base, like their area.
Mm-hmm. I get that. I don't disagree.
Starting with this guy. This is the only one that moved more than 5 inches.
Okay.
So I'll go and shoot with him. 3 heavy bolters and a demolisher cannon.
At -4 to hit, right?
-4?
Throwback to 8th Ed for you, that's all.
Did I explain that? My tactics are the extra 6-inch range on all my heavy weapons of 24 inches or greater. So
same as what I got.
And then
oh wait, yours is only heavy weapons. Mine are on all weapons.
Yeah, that's cool. None of mine are not heavy. Except for the tech breeze, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, you good.
But you can't really take advantage of that for infantry and stuff.
No. And that's why I was saying, like, the next campaign is going to be curated a bit more in some ways. Like this whole green table, I'll probably have you guys deploy all the way back within 12 inches of the actual table and have that whole table zone to go. So the long weapons do have long to kind of give the feel of huge mass battle. Not every mission, but some.
Okay.
Are these demolishers? Yes, these are Lehman Russ demolishers. Except for the tank commander.
The tool. And then my second custom trait is the, you know how it's heavy D6. I can reroll that D6.
Okay. That's cheap.
So
Just kidding.
starting with this Lehman Russ demolisher at.
I thought about taking that one,
Spoiler.
but I went with the perform at top tier no matter what your wounds are at instead.
Yeah, that's better. That's far better. I just don't have that option.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, these guys had that option. I was like, I can't say no to that one. Because no matter what your wounds are, perform at top tier. That is nice.
Oh, before I actually get started shooting, both of my tank commanders are going to order themselves to reroll ones to hit.
Not someone else?
Why?
I'm just kidding. I don't know. Because...
They have the better ballistic skill.
Right. Which is, I figured, why you're doing it. It makes sense, man. It makes sense.
Alright, I'll start with the heavy bolters at the forward 9. 4s. I'll hit strength 4, 5. Toughness 8.
8.
5s. 1 wound.
Okay. AP?
1.
Okay, so 4s. Passed.
Alright, the demolisher cannon, how many shots does it get?
Quick question while you're doing that.
Reroll.
Crimson Bovine, how do they feel about librarians?
They don't like them.
Okay, so they're neutral towards them?
They won't use them. They don't really care otherwise. Our GNC doesn't support psychers very well. How about that?
Okay, that's fine. I didn't know if they had like the Black Templar biased against them or not.
No. Alright, my demolisher got only 1 shot, and the reroll was 1. I hit on 4.
Okay.
Strength 10.
McPherson asks if there were not enough points to turn all of the bolters into las cannons.
AP minus 3.
5 plus. Made it!
Saves.
Yes!
Alright, well that guy sucks. He's fired. Alright, the next demolisher.
I know using stratagems would be a lot better for me because there's one to boost the invuln save. So I really should say let's go with it, but I haven't had time to get them all set. I barely got the army built.
Alright, 1 hit with the heavies.
Cool.
No wound. How many shots with my big gun?
1.
2. Reroll. 4. Alright.
You and your
less than half,
reroll.
so he gets to do it twice.
Crazy.
That's 8
Do
shots. 4 and 4.
Yep.
3 hits. 3's to wound.
Yeah, I hear you, McPherson. I know it is. And that's... I know I should, but I don't know it yet, and so I'm relying on learning for now to figure things out. AP what?
Wound.
Minus 1?
Minus 3.
Minus 3. Okay.
This is the big gun.
No.
Okay.
How
D6
many?
wounds.
Oof. 4.
4.
Who's
So
that on?
4.
Okay.
The closest one.
Does he get... have you been giving any advantage for him being behind obstruction, or no? Or was he
No.
doing that?
Does he?
I mean, he's behind it. I didn't know if it counted or not.
It's not obscuring. Or it's not... Is that obscuring, or is that...
It's obscuring. It's ruin.
Dense.
It's scalable,
Dense is the
breachable.
one that gives you minus 1
Oh.
to hit.
Dense is. Oh, okay. So no. Okay.
And then you're Titanic, so 5-inch thing doesn't work on you.
Yep. Okay.
Right? Or is
Just
that just
curious.
flyers?
Yep. Okay, so 4 wounds.
The last one in this, but it's 1 unit, but they break away after 3 heavies. 1 hit. Nothing. The big gun. I'll keep it. The second shot from grinding advance is 6, so 9. Forced to hit. 3 hits. 3's to 1. Of course. 1 wound, -3.
-3, okay. Come on.
D6 wounds. 1.
Just 1.
Come on.
Yay!
Alright. We'll go with this guy. Three heavy bolters. Nothing. Big gun, how many shots? 2, re-rolling. 6, nice. Second one. 4, we'll make it 10.
Okay. Ouch.
I'm below average on hits. I think I'm below average on wounds. That's 4 wounds.
Your strength what?
10.
Okay, so yeah, 3s. Because they're 8 strength. McPherson said he's crying because you don't have a shadow sword leading the tanks.
I don't believe in super heavies or named characters.
Nice. Alright, so that's AP what again? Is that...
You're -3, but you're
Okay.
using your own.
That's what I thought, just making sure. Yay, me too. So 2 fail.
Let's change the color. Make a high roll at 12. All I'm
Ones.
asking for.
Oh,
Not good. Both of us got what we were asking for.
can you leave my poor guy alone? He hasn't got to do anything.
Next one, is... Does that ping for you?
Yeah, I said I need the ping. When you ping it, it turns the actual model blue highlighted. So yeah, you can see it. It's pretty cool that they do that.
Heavy bolters. 2 hits. 1 wound, -1.
And this one is AP 1 or 3?
1.
Okay. Pass.
What's their normal save, just out of curiosity?
3+.
Okay.
3+, 5+, which you can do shields, which gives it a
4+.
invuln of, I think, 4+ or something.
It's 4. It's critical to the thing, but there's ways to trick you into using it early. Big gun, how many shots? I'll keep it. Second one. Reroll.
You don't have to
6.
re-roll both? Oh, I guess they are separate rolls because it's 2 different shots. Right.
Yeah, they're firing twice.
Yep.
That's average. I need 3s again. Well, now I need 3s. 3 wounds, -3. Arrow.
Yep. So, roll those. If it'll let me. 6s.
Meh.
D6 wounds. 9er.
To verify that was which one?
That same one. This is. I'm trying to deaded one.
Of course, of course. All right, so that's 9.
Yes, sir. Alright, this one,
Absurd.
I have range. I really don't want to. But I have to. Everything's going from the last one from that unit is going in the same one. Because I'm going through that dense cover, now I need to hit on 5s. At the very least, it's right there. To there. Right? Yeah.
Yep, looks like it.
Heavy bolters. 1 hit.
Yay!
It really shouldn't be any. No wounds.
No, I know.
How many shots? First one. Reroll. That's much better.
That's a terrible reroll.
I'll keep that. 10 shots. Hit. Nice. 4 hits. No!
I hear you. AP on that is...
You're on your anvil. -3. Everybody
Made
except
it.
for the boss has the same gun.
Okay.
And
Alright,
that
I like
is-
double checking.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have to do the same thing for the boss. No, I don't want to. Everything except for the big gun is going at the wounded guy. The big gun is going at the far left. Spoiler.
Roger.
So he actually has sponsons, so that's 6 heavy bolter shots and then 1 last cannon shot.
Ugh. So many shots on the tankers. That's actually something I've noticed. Like, the knights actually don't have as many weapons as the tank.
They're far more durable.
Yeah.
Alright, he has a 3+ that went to a 4+, right?
Yeah, should be right.
No heavy bolter wound. I should have put the big gun
Yeah.
into him.
You're right, McPherson. You are right. The stratagems. I know. I need to.
I hit
This is the first I've ever
with
touched
my
a knight.
last.
Did you wound?
I did not, unless you're toughness 8.
I am toughness 8.
Oh, then yes. -3, last cannon.
I wish they were toughness 10, but they're 8. -3, okay, so 5+.
Can you not do this?
Gah!
And then how many wounds does last cannon do? D6. Okay.
1.
No!
And that was on which guy? The same guy or
Same guy, same guy. The big gun is going at the other guy,
Okay.
which is unfortunate. How many shots? First one's a 3, second one is 3.
No, I didn't equip any of the knights for melee. I probably should have. I have an idea of what I'd do next time, but I left it for now, trying to just mess with them and see what they could do, how they could survive and such.
3 wounds, -3.
That's awesome. Finally, some decent rolls.
1.
Yeah, McPherson, I know I definitely didn't build this to be a very good night list. So, if you want to make recommendations, feel free. But it's the first time I've ever messed with them, so I just whipped up something quick to just get them on the field to see what they were like.
Alright, none of these guys have range over there, so we'll go with... Yeah, we're all shooting at the remaining guys are shooting at the demolisher. The spoiler.
They're all the same thing.
Yep. Heavy
One's
bolters.
just a warlord and equipped differently.
2 hits. No, 1 wound, -1.
Okay. So 4+, because you said -1.
Correct.
Save.
Big gun, how many shots? 4 keeping.
1. Always 1.
6 keeping. Ward is over there tricking me. 5 hits. Wounds on 3s. Of course.
And this one is the 3 or no?
3. How many wounds? 2.
Okay.
Heavy bolter from the next one in line. 2 hits. 5 wound.
Oh, I didn't realize it was flat 6 damage from melee. That's good to know. Cool. Thank you, sir. Apparently it's flat 6 damage from knights per attack. Melee weapon hit.
What's her weapon skill?
3. You can make it a 2+ though.
That might not be too bad, but again, you
Yeah.
being completely melee, it's questionable.
I understand.
Unless you have some guy that you're just gonna rush up.
It's not totally melee though, because they can have their carapace weapon still. They just
Yeah, they
can't have
don't
the
count.
arms.
Alright, 9 total shots.
Woo!
3 wounds, -3.
3 6s. Nope, just 1 5+, so 2 wounds.
8 wounds.
Ew. Nasty. Nasty.
Alright, the last of my troops before my last commander. Heavy bolters. 1 hit. No wound.
How does your weekend look, by the way? Because I know you said you couldn't Friday.
Yeah, I'm good otherwise.
Okay. Because I know coding is not having a good week until the weekend, which is Friday for him. But I know you said you couldn't do that, so I thought maybe with my mother-in-law up, I'll see if I can squeeze out time so we can do the double game Saturday.
Yeah, that's cool with me.
Sweet!
I get 8 shots.
Make ones. Yes! Wow! That was awesome.
Only 1 wound. Come on.
That's a 3, right?
Yeah, wounds on 3s.
Yes!
And of
Oh!
course.
Oh!
Alright, last I've got my big boss. Does grinding advance have to go at the same target?
It's a good question. McPherson, do you know if grinding advance requires same target or not?
Yeah, it does. The turret weapon must target the same unit both times.
Well, there you go.
Boo! Alright, well, it's my only long-range weapon. Aside from, it's my long-range weapon. So the big gun is going to go at the guy with 1 wound left.
Alright.
So ridiculous.
Hopefully you miss him all. He needs to be able to do something before he dies. I really wish I had that trait on him where before you remove the model he gets to fight. That would be awesome.
No one.
Yeah, it would.
It would have been cool back in the day when you would lose weapons from time to time, but now vehicles are full bore until they're dead.
Well, you know.
3 heavy bolters at the closer guy.
Alright.
2 sponsons and a rerolling 1s because of the order earlier, and he hits on 3s because he knows how to actually shoot a weapon.
Well, I mean, they all have
still
their
wounds on
stocks,
5s,
but they just don't have a melee arm. Are you saying you should put a melee arm on all of them, or just 1 melee arm on all of them, and no double guns?
I like double guns, but I'm a shooter.
Alright, so
-1.
4 plus? Of course not. No, no, of course not.
Go down to 12. Cut you in half. Alright, how many shots does a big gun get?
1!
3's adequate. 3 is adequate.
Okay.
3 plus becomes 4 plus.
Which knight build and which range weapon would you suggest? I went with the spoiler.
Ones. 2 misses because of trees. Strength 8, toughness 8, force.
Okay.
2 wounds -2. Need you go ahead and miss that. Thank you. Do you blow up?
I don't know. Probably not.
Oh, boo.
He didn't even get to do anything. Come on, man. That's 1/4 of my firepower gone.
You did that to what's his name, and that was like a
I know.
3rd.
But he took 1 out with only 2 of his tanks. So I actually 3 of my 4 knights did squat just about against him. 1 blew up 1 tank, and then the other 3 couldn't even take out 1. They scratched 2 of them a little bit. Alright. Is that all for you then?
User, unless what do these guys have? A pistol. No, I'm not in range, but I definitely will shoot that last pistol at you. I made some, what are they called? Spray sticks. Stuff I can put my models on while I spray paint them.
Nice.
Better than cardboard. Alright, reloading. Reloading for the next guy to get shot.
it's so hard to get them to move, you know, half inches at times.
Yeah. Well, the other part is some of the terrain has collision, which makes it even more difficult.
Yep. It's cool.
There's ways around it, so long as it's not out. Well, there's ways around it altogether, but for some of it you need Unity, and I'm not gonna go get that.
Nope. I mean, you can get Unity for free. There's a free version, but still, it takes a bit of work.
And I barely know how to use Paint. I think I'm gonna use Unity.
All right. So are those 3 one unit?
No. Well, on deployment, yes. On list building, yes, but not in game.
Okay. So you have to target each one separately.
Correct.
That's kind of annoying.
You're better off shooting the boss. Well, this one's
Can
the one
you?
over there in this corner is only strength 8, but he does us flat 3 damage.
Okay. This one does?
Yeah, and he has a better ballistic skill. He has a lower strength, lower AP, but flat 3 damage, and then he has a higher ballistic skill, reroll wounds.
Can he be targeted with the others around him?
Yes, because he has 12 wounds.
Right. He does have more than 12 wounds. 10 wounds. Thank you.
Otherwise, that'd be so broken, dude.
Yeah, it would. That's what I was worried about. They're still working on 9th Ed, and they definitely have some broken stuff. I mean, they've already done some errata stuff because of that. Alright, so... I got 2 thermal cannons.
And it's fight at top for every single one of the guys, right? You don't ever get bracketed at all, no matter what.
No. No bracket.
I guess that's fair when you only have 4 models.
Yep.
I've only got 5 units.
I love it, McPherson. That's perfect. He mentioned a broken thing. He said, Supreme Command Detachment with nothing but untargetable tank commanders. Only the front one would be would be though, because it's the closest model. Yeah, so it still could be targetable. But otherwise, yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. A little bit wonky.
Well, that's why you get like I don't know, 100 guardsmen, throw them in front of that.
So... yeah. So we will shoot. I think the 2 thermal cannons at your big guy. Debating if I should just empty everything on him. Just worried it'll be a waste.
Part of your consideration is does anybody from the other side of the board have reach?
I don't think so. Well, they might. Let me look. He could hit, but he doesn't get the extra damage chance. Yeah, why not? I'm just going to take everything from this guy and put it into your HQ. Might be a bad decision, but I'm going to do it anyways. We'll start with the thermal cannon. 2d6.
Hold on. Before you do that, I have a tank ace ability on him. And I think it drops the damage by 1.
That's cheap. So cheap. Not even a roll for it, just all damage reduced by 1.
Up to a minimum of 1.
Still, that's lame. That's lame.
No. I'm done. Good.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be re-rolling ones to wound.
Oh. That's not nice. That's terrible.
It's actually bad on that
Alright.
weapon. Not bad, but it's not as good on that weapon.
I hear you. 8 shots.
Fire away.
All 6s. Nah, 2 missed. 3s to wound because strength 8, toughness. Or not. Yeah, other way around. Strength 9, toughness 8.
Okay.
AP minus 4.
I don't think I get a save.
Oh,
No.
nice. D6 wounds each. So I may have just wasted the rest of his shots.
Just a bunch of ones.
Seriously?
3, 7, 9. I've got 3 left.
9 wounds. Oh, whoa, hold on. When within half range, this weapon roll 2 dice when inflicting damage. Good. Discard the lower result. So either I'll re-roll all 5, 2 apiece, or do you want me just to re-roll
What
these?
you do.
Okay.
You're supposed to roll these separately. You don't touch these dice anymore.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought, but
Yeah,
I wanted
you just
to.
roll 5 separate dice, and we'll go from
Okay,
one side to the other.
that's fine. That's why I stopped and was letting you make the call because I should have saw that earlier.
One at a time. I'm already dead. And then it's just pick the best, right?
Yeah, pick the best.
Do I
Well,
explode?
technically it says discard the lowest.
I do.
Yeah, go boom. So yeah, that's because the thermal cannon half range.
Yeah, and the range is 42.
Yeah.
And that would be 6 inches. D3 for each.
Yay.
I'm gonna go right to left with the tanks, and finally the guy on foot.
Okay.
Or left to right. My left to right.
Cool. 1.
1. One. No.
6. Oof. Nice.
And the bot guy, the Duderman,
Priest 3.
3. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Oh, he lives.
Yep.
I didn't realize he was that robust.
If it makes you feel better, that means I wasted 2 of my weapons. Yeah, I wasted 2 weapons. Because I can't re-fire at something since I said him. So, the 2 guns don't get to fire. Because their target's gone.
Yay.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Okay.
Next.
What? You just playing with your dead guy?
Yeah.
You shouldn't play with dead things. You should know better.
It's an airdrop.
Alright, we'll do the thermal cannon and I guess heavy stubber into your commander.
It's -1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking we need to get rid of him though. Because does he have a better weapon or he has the same?
He has the same weapon as everybody else.
Okay.
He just he has a las cannon instead of one heavy bolter.
The las cannon does more damage.
It does. And,
Okay.
he has a better ballistic skill, and he rerolls once.
Exactly.
Or
You know,
he
we have
has-
-1, so I'll just put everything on him. Because I'm thinking we're gonna need extra to hit. Good, half range.
Oakley dokley. How many shots?
Oh, well, it actually took more than one last time. You really think that you only need one thermal cannon per tank? I'll try it.
Okay. So where's the second one going?
McPherson is saying that I only need one per.
I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe.
I'll try it. So I'll do the thermal cannon and missile into the commander, and one of each into the other Russ.
What's the other?
A thermal cannon and heavy stubber.
Okay, and then the missile pod goes into this guy.
I was going to throw it into the commander to make sure he's dead.
Thermal missile, thermal stubber.
Yep.
Okay,
So who do you want to do first?
you're shooting.
I'll do the commander then.
Yay!
2 shots. See, that's what I was worried about.
4+. Miss.
Nothing.
Yay!
See, McPherson, that's why I was saying to put both thermal cannons. Because on a heavy D6, if you roll low and then you roll and miss, doesn't work too well.
Oh, he's got a point there. You do
It
have
should,
the potential.
yes.
On average, you're going to hit 3 or 4, get 3 or 4 shots.
All right, 6 shots with the missile pod.
Okay, I don't think.
Missile pod can hit things it
you
can't
ignore?
see, so yeah, it should ignore cover
it
because
should. I mean, logically.
you can
I'm not
hit
sure if
things
it's
you can't
completely
see.
accurate, but let's play with it.
If you can hit things you can't see, I would think, but yeah, I don't know.
That would make sense, but you know who we're working with.
That's why I said it should. This is strength 5, so your toughness 8, so we need 5 to wound.
Easer.
1 wound.
Okay. What's
AP
the
minus 1.
All right, 4+ save, I think. Let me double check. Yeah. Black is for saves, and black saves correctly. You box of rocks. How many wounds?
2.
Okay.
So-
Next.
Alright, so heavy stubber is 3. One hit. It needs 6 to wound. Wound. AP 0.
Oh, black dice, what are you doing? Okay, apparently black dice are leadership. Don't play with the black ones.
Yeah.
Okay, the big gun.
D6. 5.
See, you're gonna make it up over here.
I hope so.
I hope not.
3. Need 3s to wound. All hit. All wound.
Okay.
So 3 wounds.
Rolling.
Therefore,
3 sets
we
of 2.
roll D6. Yep. Five.
Okay.
6.
Okay. Now he's dead.
5.
Do our blows.
Yes.
Not
Kaboom.
this time.
Aw. Okay.
Alrighty then. What you got? Which one is the last guy gonna shoot at?
He is going to tell you to cry to your mother.
I know that's from something. I just don't know what.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't know. It just came to mind, so I said it.
It was in a movie somewhere.
Probably. It wouldn't surprise me. So we're going to have...
Reinforcements. Dun, 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 dun.
We're going to do Avenger Cannon into each of them. One into each. Of the 2 front.
What is each? Okay.
And then... we'll put the Stubber and Rocket Pod into the one in the back.
Okay.
So, 12 shots. First tank in the front.
Left or right?
Your pick.
Alright, the one closer to the edge. 5 to wound.
3 wounds. AP -2.
5 plus.
3 hit.
1 save.
2 damage piece.
Okay, the other big gun.
Yep. Wow, only 2. Lame.
5 plus. 1 save.
Okay, 2 damage.
He did.
And now the Stubber. He needs 6 to wound. Nope. And Rocket Pod. All hit.
Forced to wound.
Yep. All wound. AP -2.
Plus. 2 wounds.
D6 apiece.
Okay. Anything special with that, or just straight up?
Nope. D6 apiece. 8. Eight damage. And I'm outside of 12, so I can't charge. So that's it, I think. Yep. Your turn.
Oakley dokley. Alright, so far I need to be under 7 to be bracketed for the first time.
What? Under
So I got
7?
this guy.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's half. I think it's half and a quarter is how the brackets break down.
Okay. So you have 2 guys that are limited.
This guy's gonna heal at least one, so he's gonna be firing full effect.
No, he's not. You're gonna fail.
Can't.
You're gonna fail your leadership, and he's gonna run. Okay. Yeah, it looks like half. And then a quarter. You're right. So, McPherson, do you think the chain sword or the fist is better? Yeah. Before we started the fight, I kind of had a feeling he's probably going to win, but the point was to see how they perform.
That's the movements. At the end of my movement, we'll heal this tank for D3.
Nope, can't do that. He got hit.
Magic.
He's scared. He went to ground.
One that used to be a thing. 2 wounds.
Sorry, I like doing, as you like doing sometimes, I like doing those, you know, throwback to previous editions craziness.
Okay, what's next? Orders. Tank commander's gonna say re-roll your own hits. And then I'd use a stratagem if I could to let somebody else do it. But no.
Yeah, I wish I could, like, double up on the sword or the fist. Like, that's one thing I really liked with the, Hellbrute, is you could do double fist, double storm bolter, or combi bolter. So you could have, you know, 2 bolt guns per arm, shooting as you run up, and then have a slugfest.
Hey, I'm just gonna shoot all 3 of these tanks at the same time, if that's alright.
Alright, just
There's
make sure you roll all ones, and we'll be fine.
Oh look, they're all ones. We'll start with the 3
Okay.
heavy bolters. Hitting on 4s.
Phew.
No wounds.
Good. I'd like to survive more than 1 round.
Alright, they got 6 big guns, how many fire? Or, well, how many shots each? Re-rolling the 1 and 2. For 2 and 2. This is a total of 23.
That's absurd.
It's
Get
between 3
one.
tanks.
Yeah, I know. Tanks are absurd, is my point. Not enough ones. You need 6s to win.
Uh-huh. 7 wounds minus 3.
Ew. See, McPherson, this is where I need those shield stratagem.
See if it mattered. It did. Yeah, you did. But it's 20 wounds.
He doesn't go boom. See, that's the thing. They really need stratagems for knights to be survivable, especially against that much armor.
Alright, this guy...
Tanks are counted as troops?
What?
Are your tanks counted as troops, or how did you wind up with...
I use a spearhead.
Right, that makes sense.
And that was, even if we were using command points or stratagems, I'd be more than happy to do that for...
Yep.
And I don't even go over 3 heavies, it's just that I don't want to pay the troop stacks.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Oh, 2 heavy bolters, a las gun, and a demolisher at this closer night.
Yeah, I hear you, McPherson. That's kind of what I was wondering, and why I wanted to see how they perform. Like I mentioned, it's kind of in preparation. I wanted to see how it was, but also in preparation for next campaign. I had an idea, and I wanted to know if it was viable or not.
McPherson, when it says reroll 1s, is that before or after modifiers?
It's usually normal ones, not modified ones, unless it says on a modified roll. So it's usually on unmodified.
I think you've got that backwards.
What do you mean?
Unless it says, well, just let me see what this is.
He can reroll 1s to hit, and so he's saying if you get a -1 modifier, can you reroll 2s that count as 1s, or is it only ones that are natural 1s? Meaning it's a 1 on the die, not 1 on a modified. Because his tank commander can reroll 1s to hit, and he has 2 2s with the modifier of -1 going through the tree. Those 2s would be 1s. Is that what they count as, so he can re-roll them, or he can't re-roll them because they're 2s, not 1s on the die? Okay, he says need to check the ability. It tends to specify more. I believe it's 1 on the die roll, but I could be wrong. That's at least how I read it last time I saw one like that.
I'm using Gunner's Kill on Sight, reroll hit rolls of 1 for the ordered model until the end of the phase.
Okay.
No, I'll just skip it. These are just heavy bolters anyway.
Okay.
But that is... It is pertinent. Because 4 wounds -1 from heavy bolter fire.
Alright. So, we need 4s, right? Yeah.
Yep. Nice. Heavy bolters for 3 wounds.
Come on.
Las cannons are green. They hit.
Okay, so he said if it's the hit roll of 1, then it's the modified roll. Otherwise, it says unmodified.
Wait, what?
I'll
So
send you
the
what
2s
McPherson said.
become 1s? Reroll hit rolls of 1. Let me see how I worded it.
Okay. Interesting, because that also...
That also means your Space Marines.
Mm-hmm.
When it gets modified down to that one. I don't think we've run into that situation yet. Because we weren't using the dense cover correctly before.
Yeah, that is the thing. That needs to be specified, and it won't be till the codex.
1 wound. Or, well, 1 save at -3 from the last cannon.
Okay. Save by the shield.
Okay, big gun, how many shots?
1.
Let's go ahead and reroll it, literally. Hitting on 3s become 4s. Rerolling 1s. And 2s, right?
I think so. I guess.
Three wounds, -3.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Ah.
the big change for plasma. That's very. They had to make the change because they were either invincible to being burnt out, or they couldn't be burnt out at all,
Right.
or they would always burn out. D6 wounds.
And that's the thing. They're still early on in 9th Ed that a lot of this stuff is uncertain.
All right.
Ugh.
I'm going to use these 2 tanks here. I'm just going to roll both of them if that's all right.
Yup.
Because he moved out of the way of the trees.
Well, so I figured I would have a better chance of killing off your tanks if I didn't have the 1.
6 heavy bolter shots. Half hit, 1 wound, -1.
Saved.
How many shots do I get? Big money, no whammy, big money, no whammy. I'll take that.
Yeah. He's like, Admech could make themselves immune to plasma overcharge with their +1 to hit buff. It's like, yep.
Alright, 9 shots on a 4. Above average. One's on a 3. Above, well, it's actually average. 4 wounds, -2.
Alright. So that's at what? Sorry, I had to...
-3, these are the big guns from the tanks.
Okay. Come on, 4 6s.
Alright, 4 1s.
Ah, we got 3. So, there you go.
5 wounds.
Geesh.
He made up for it with quality over quantity. Alright, I'm gonna start doing these separately. We'll start with the beat up guy who hits on 5s.
Yeah, if you take out another one, it's basically game, because I don't think one guy can take out all your tanks.
Fives to wound, 1 wound, -1.
And save.
Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, you got a 3+. Boo. Big gun. How many shots? Rerolling the 2. 11 shots. Nice. Hits on 5s. Not too shabby. Wounds on 3s. 3 minus 3.
Okay. Just a second here. Okay.
What's that?
Need 5s. 2 saves.
Boo. Can we get a big one? Thank you. 6 wounds. Alright. One of the closer not broken one.
Alright.
Everything. Heavy bolters. 2 hits. 5s to wound. 2 wounds. -1.
Really?
I mean, it shouldn't matter at the end. We'll see. How many shots does his big gun get?
What?
7, 8?
Yeah, you
5
really need
hits.
stratagems to make these guys work at all against your list.
4 wounds, -3. Even if I rolled once for everything, you guys exploded it.
Yep.
And the final tank. Two heavy bolter hits. 5s to wound, 1 wound, -1. Saves.
Saved.
How many shots? With the big gun.
1.
We roll a 1 to 6.
1.
We'll take a 4. Eight shots total. 4s to hit.
Yeah, this edition really made tanks the way to go. Like, even
3s to
over
wound.
these knights. The knights
1 -1.
have to have the stratagem to
Minus
try
3.
to survive.
No, I shoot at one of your titans with one of my
Failed.
tanks. You put it on the shield, and then I shoot everything else at somebody else.
Oh,
2
you have to.
wounds.
You can only do it once?
You can only use a stratagem once per phase.
Yeah, true. McPherson says knights could win if they had melee, so we will do that next. And we'll build a
Could
full
you?
melee list for him. And we will try it.
I mean, if you went first, things would be very different. But I don't know about like if it went
All right,
exactly like
so
this,
that was
and you had melee. You wouldn't
1
have made
wound
it
on that guy?
close
Is that what it
combat.
was?
2.
Okay.
From the big gun. What's the 5 for?
Just one of his abilities need call you to roll, and I forgot to roll it.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I rolled
no.
it and put it on him to remind myself that he has... +1 weapon skill. Even though I
Okay.
kind of would prefer the other, but I guess you're supposed to roll and not just pick. If you could just pick, I know which one I'd pick.
It's not one of those roll and get 2 or pick and get 1.
No. Don't think so anyways, doesn't say that.
I don't know.
That's true. It does help on that regard.
We
That's
can,
why I said we will try it.
I mean, the tanks get taken out of the fight, but you can fall back and still get shot by his friends.
And that's why I didn't say you're wrong or anything. I just said we'll try that next time. I will try that.
Yes, sir.
I'm not saying he's right or wrong because I haven't seen it. I trust that he has experienced something with it, so I'm definitely willing to try it. He's right on a lot of that stuff.
We gotta get some more games in, man.
Yep, that's the point. That's the point.
All right. You want to go or do you want to call it?
We'll do another round anyways. See
All right.
what we can do. But I mean, at the bottom of this turn, once my turn's done, yeah, you're just gonna blow them to bits. You have too much cannons on the table to really end it. There's no way he can put in enough firepower to take them all out. But we'll at least see if he can. We'll at least see what he can do. That guy takes a mortal wound. Because I rolled a 4+.
That's pretty vague, but okay.
At the end of the movement phase, roll a d6 for every vehicle model within 6 inches of the warlord. On a 4+.
Harbinger.
Yep.
Again, just for the audience, it's Harbinger of Scrap Code that did it, not just a 4+ roll.
I had it up. I should have read it, sorry. Visuals don't work for you, necessarily. Sorry.
Alright, he's down to 7.
Oh. So we have that. So what we'll do is we will shoot.
Shooting. How do you want to blow him up? Like realistically, you can wipe out this unit.
Yeah, I think we're going to use the Gatling cannon on the 2 weaker ones, 1 on each, and then use the others on the guy with 10.
Okay.
So. To start with, 12.
Hi.
Guy at the top. So we need 5s to wound.
Tough to say. Yeah.
1 wound. Really? Really? 1 wound. -2.
-2. 5+.
2 wound.
Eats it. He's bracketed.
The next guy. Yay, they all hit.
The guy that only has 4 wounds. Yeah.
3 wounds. -2.
Cinco de plus. Fail.
2 apiece.
Does he explode? He does not.
Heavy stubber. Hit. 6s to wound. 1 wound. AP 0.
Really?
1 wound. And
the boom boom rockets.
1 miss.
Nice. Quattro.
4.
Negative. Ghost Rider, negative.
Alright.
So
Charge!
who are you charging?
Good call. The 9.
You make it. You really need to make that call before you roll the dice, though.
I left the screen before the dice rolled, just so you know. Because you are right, I should do it before. But I didn't see the result until after.
Okay. I mean, we're playing a dead game right now. It's whatever, but it is very important that those calls are made.
You're absolutely right, and that's why I jumped off the screen. Because you are right. Alright, so fight phase. He gets 5 attacks.
What's the 5th one? Oh.
Charging. He has the same sort of thing as Space Marines. If you look at the bottom of the PDF, it's hateful something or other.
No.
Conquer without mercy.
Did fall death to the false emperor as well, or no?
No, he doesn't have death to the false emperor.
Okay.
Just conquer
5
without
shots.
mercy. So he has 5 hits because he charged heroic intervention or was charged. So 1 extra attack.
Cool. 3+, you said?
And armor penetration. Oh, doesn't, because he doesn't have an actual melee weapon.
Yeah, feet.
I don't think that gets the armor penetration bonus. I think it has to be one of the melee weapons. Get the armor penetration bonus.
Titanic feet, melee, user -2 D3 wounds. Three
Yep.
rolls for each attack. 15 attacks. Strength, whatever your strength is, -2.
3 hits for each attack? Wow. So that would be 15?
Fitting. 15, yes,
Wow.
sir.
Okay. So that's fitting.
3+, 4+.
2. 2+.
Oh, you got a 2+ attack?
Because I rolled a 5, he gets +1 weapon skill.
Oh, that's right. You
For
said
his.
Yep. Yeah, 2 1s. He wrecked. 4+.
Yep.
Wah, wah.
4 hits. -2.
4 5-ups, and then these will be D3 wounds.
I am curious to see how the melee performs after McPherson's statement. Like, I really am curious to see how it works.
2 saves. So 2d3.
Yep. Three. I see what he's saying, because now you can't shoot at him with your other tanks. You can only shoot at him with that tank engaged. Unless you fall back.
I'll easily fall back. I'll happily fall back.
Right. But at least you'd lose that 1 shooting. So I could see where if I had 4 engaged, you'd have 4 tanks that couldn't shoot. That would help. So he has a point, and I am curious to see it. You definitely won this game. Hands down.
Yeah.
No question asked.
Yeah, but not too many armies. I'm not sure how many armies can put that much crap out there. That much firepower with the durability.
Tanks are just... Whew. Alright, give me a second. I got a phone call here. I need to find out who it is, if it's someone important or not. Let's make a melee list.
At the end of it, you would have wanted to consolidate to get both of those tanks engaged. Yep.
You said the Ravager? You mean the Rampager? Yeah. That's what I was wondering too. That one looked quite expensive. And that's kind of why I went with the Despoiler. He seemed to be kind of a all-around decent. The Decimator had the Heavy Stubber Reaper Chainsword. I don't know what else he has. Laser Destructor. Would you suggest doing the Laser Destructor or not? I mean, it's not bad. Dude! Alright, this dog is going nuts pawing at me. Sorry if I hollered in your ear. Alright, so would you suggest going for the Warlord of picking one of the bigger knights, one of the other knights? I don't know much about them, so I don't know like what would be recommended. Like you said, the Acostas knight looked interesting, but so expensive. Since it's nearly half the army. And yeah, I saw the Rampager was all melee, so they have both, so they have that boost. I don't know if they put it on their stat list, is the only thing to check. No, they didn't. Oh, they did. Okay, good. They shifted it to the 2+ like it needed to be. Okay, so stick with just the standard 3 knight variants? Or would you go with like the Knight Tyrant or Questor Knight? I guess you could go with the little ones, the War Dogs. The Squash-a-Puppy. What do you think, Pinoy?
I don't know enough about the Titans.
That Laser Destroyer does look interesting. I will say that. That the Destructor has. The Laser Destructor, 60-inch. So it'd actually be 66-inch, which is more than you need. Heavy D3, but it's strength 14.
Yeah, that'll work on most of the tanks too.
Yeah.
For a 2+ wound. Not all of them, obviously, but
right. But I mean, it's
7.
It's D6 wounds, and on a wound roll of 6, it's D3 mortal wounds on top of. So if you happen to roll any 6s to wound, that's D3 mortal wounds on top of everything else.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty. How many shots did you say? D3?
D3 additional mortal wounds for every unmodified roll of 6. 3. It's a D3. I wish they had the double shots like your tanks do.
Like at the worst case scenario, you're getting one of those shots.
Whoa! Taskmaster. Reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made by model in friendly iconoclast household while the units are within 6. Oh, just War Dog unit. Never mind. So he lets War Dog units reroll hits. Blah.
That's average 2 shots, average 1.3 hits.
Yeah. The 14 strength means that you'd be wounding a whole lot easier.
Well, the big boy tanks no, but the other tanks, yes.
Yeah. But I mean, you're going to wound most things on a 3+, if not a 2+.
Right. Well, it depends on what you're going against, right? Like against Necrons, yeah, that's. I don't think they have anything higher than toughness 6. Maybe a 7, but I'm pretty sure they don't have any 8s, so that's going to be doing wounding on 2s. But
I mean, on the 8s, you're at least still guaranteed to do it on the 3, which, I mean, it's overkill for that, but...
the same, yeah, it's overkill until it gets to...
Right.
16.
Right. I kind of wish they would bump it to 16, just because it would make sense. But at the same time, they haven't done them yet. What are the little war puppies like? I don't know. The Asterius is for actual Titans? Really? What's he have?
I think it's a weapon, or a... right? I don't know.
No, it's one of the types. Twin Conversion Beam Cannon is what he has. He also has a Cacophonous Mortar Battery, which is a heavy 3d3 60-inch weapon. He has Conversion Beam that you have to attack with one of the profiles below, which is, depending on the range, depends on what you get. It's heavy 2d3, but the strength varies based on your distance. If you're 48 to 72 inches, it's strength 16, minus 3 AP, 6 damage.
Hard 6?
Hard 6 at 48 inch.
How many shots? 2d3?
2d3.
Average 4?
Mm-hmm.
Hitting on 3s, missing 1 to 2.
Yeah.
Loading on 2s almost guaranteed.
Minus 3 AP. Keep in mind, it's 850 points.
Oh. No.
He also has the Volkite Cavalier,
Titans,
which is heavy
probably.
4. But yeah,
That thing's garbage.
that's 850 points. It definitely is a Titan killer, though. If you're going up against actual Questor Titanicus, that would be that would be what you'd want.
I don't know. You might actually want a Titan.
Yeah, no doubt. What do the Titans actually have? I've not actually looked at them.
Oh, they're so obscure, I don't really look into it. I like the models.
Alright, let's see.
I rolled the saves for you and did 21 damage. You're still alive.
All right. Yeah, I see that. That's kind of crazy. 2K for the Warhound Scout, 4,000 for the Reaver Battle Titan, and the Warlord Battle Titan is 6,000 points. What do you think, Pinoy? You want to go for a 6,000 point army?
I'll just triple this up and then go after your Titan.
Just out of curiosity, let's see what they have. So they must have 2 weapon selections from Carapace and 2 for arm weapon. They have the macro weapons that do double damage to Titanic units. Interesting. Reaver Gatling Blaster. Laser Blaster. Plasma. Macro is
Where's the Apocalypse Launcher?
3d3, 2d6 damage. 10 strength, minus 3 AP. 6 on the macro, or on the Reaver Gatling Blaster. Laser Blaster is the 3d3. Titan Plasma Blaster is 2d6. Mega Bolter. Heavy 40 for the Twin Titan Mega Bolter.
Yeah, it's like 220s.
Yeah.
You said twin, right?
Yeah, Twin Titan Mega Bolter. I'm just like, that's a lot of shots. It's a lot of dice.
That's like a PGC times 2.
Yeah.
What's the strength on it?
6. Minus 3 AP, 2 damage.
Oh, so it's a lot stronger.
Mm-hmm. They also have a 24 to 360 inch Insurator Missile Bank, which is heavy D10. Against infantry, the number of successful hits rolled is doubled. So if you shoot any infantry, double the hits. And they do not get save to their... a bonus to their save for being in cover. And you can target non-visible. Ballistic skill, I think it's... let's see. 2+. Void Shield is 3+. So, yeah, no, they're definitely big boys. Those are big boys.
Yeah. They can still be swarmed.
No, that is true. My Zerg friend.
And you can deep strike within its firing range for the missile launcher.
That is true. That is true. I've never looked at them before. So, yeah, they're a bit crazy. Those are definitely crazy.
I could have sworn the Warhound was cheaper back in the day. Like you can sneak it into a 2K point game and have other stuff with it.
Maybe. Apparently not now. Then again, they haven't released all the point values for them yet.
Most of it is increasing.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so what is this Corrupt Heirloom and Tyrannical Court? Do we want those or not? Of course they don't say.
Yeah.
So we need to go to our Wahapedia. Wahapedia.
I'm not sure if that guy's gonna give up or take his time with this.
What do you mean?
He's got a lot to update on the Waha.
Yeah. Well, he does have 9th Ed out. Did you see that?
Oh, no.
You have to manually change it.
Ah, boo.
So you have to delete the 8 and put a 9. And then, bam, you're over here. Open play, match play, narrative play. Oh, hey! That's what they have now. Crusade Mission Park! Yeah. Volcano Cannon, 180-inch macro D6, strength 30, AP -6, 12 wound. Yeah.
Only strength 30. Ooh.
Yeah, only strength 30. Yeah, only.
Does he wound low toughness things on a 1? It's auto.
You would think. I do want to use some of things like that to have like you land on a ship or big base and like you're firing like the cannon ships down is a resource you can take and basically roll to hit. Like I did the airstrike thing, basically stuff like that. Final boss, yeah, there you go. So like the next campaign, like preliminary strike is what I put it as, but basically you can use your ship bombardment to bombard the enemy before the attack begins, sort of stuff. Some crazy shenanigans so that holding resource points are valuable and people are going to want to really fight over them. Apparently not all the 9E stuff is there.
Yeah, that's probably why the little trick to get there is not a hard link or replacing the entire thing.
Right. No, that is why. That's why I was throwing it out there.
Well, I guess he's working on it at least. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, that's the point. I mean, he's not like he's getting paid a lot for it, right? Psoriatis is the only faction updated into 9th Ed so far. Good to know. Thank you.
I kind of want to play with them.
Psoriatis? Yeah, I've heard they're actually pretty good. I saw a report from a tournament play for 9th Ed where the results, the three winning, or first place, second place, third place armies were listed. And the one that won first place was a Psoriatis Imperial Fists combo.
I think I know what you're talking about. Was it Fists or was it Medusan's?
It was Fists. Imperial Fist. Yellow boys. The army below that had Iron Hands, and there's one that had Custodes. Those were the three top ones, I believe.
Thunderfire?
I don't know.
No, McP said Fists for artillery.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know that a Marine sorority has won some kind of tournament, and I've been seeing them pop up in a lot of these YouTube battle reports. But I want to play pure lists, no named characters.
Okay, so Imperial Fists artillery, a lot of armies added in to give them a boost. So, cool. Alright, so we were looking at Tyrannic Court. 1 to 3 CP. Use the stratagem before battle. Select a Knight Despoiler, Knight Tyrant, or a Abhorrent class. Model from your army that is not your warlord. Or select 2 such models. They gain character keyword. Generate 1 Chaos Knight Warlord trait. The model is regarded as your warlord for the purpose of that warlord trait. Okay, so basically get more warlord traits. You don't know that you need them.
What does it cost you to just add this to a Chaos army?
Add what?
One of the knights.
You just add the super heavy detachment, 3 CP.
I'm not sure if that's worth it. Because as nifty as a pile of knights is, it's just if somebody has a list that can counter you, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah. No, you're right. I need to step away for just a quick minute. I'll be right back.
Do 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 do.
Ah, we lost Panoy. You could have a ranged weapon and a melee weapon. That is a possible option. Okay, well we'll try it out. McPherson, which knights are the standard knights you're talking about? Is it just the Knight Decimator, Despoiler, Rampager, Tyrant? Or is like the Quester Knight and the other ones as well? I don't know which ones count as the ones you're saying that are worth taking or not. I have thought about making a Dark Mechanicus army with the ranged Dreadnought list, because there is a boost to Dreadnoughts that I saw. Okay. Do you like the Plasma Decimator and Volcano Lance, or the Configurator Cannon and Thunder Coil Harpoon? So the War Dogs are the little ones. Oh, you could have multiple in it. So they actually can have a squad of them. Interesting. How are the War Dogs performance-wise? Have you ever tried them? Heavy Stubber, Thermal Spear, Reaper, Chain Cleaver. .30-inch D3 Assault. Interesting. Strength 8. Oh, make 2. Interesting. Oh, it's lower strength though. Interesting. So you can either sweep really fast, or you can try to do a bigger hit. Interesting. I don't know the armatures either. So, So let's look at the stratagems then. Which stratagems are you referring to, or do we need to look somewhere else other than here for them? Now, what's the difference between Loyalist and Chaos Knights? Is there much of a difference available? Because I'd be okay doing the Loyalist Knights as well. They're just further down the list. Like, literally, I picked this mainly because when I was going through, Chaos was before when I was scrolling down. So that's actually why I picked them over the Knights. Imperium Knights. Is there much of a difference between the two? Okay. So it's not really, it doesn't really matter which one you pick. They have their own knights? I didn't know they had their own knights. Like, separate group of knights. Really? Adeptus Mechanicus. Where are you located? Huh. I'm not seeing knights. Are they not in the super heavy? Because I'm only seeing no force org slot for super heavy. Yeah, I don't see any super heavies for AdMech. Unless, like I said, they're not in super heavy slot. Eh. Interesting. So how do you access those ones? Because that could be interesting. Okay, let me look at that. Oh, so it's the same detachment. Knight is just a different section. Oh. Intriguing. I see. I see. Okay. But if you're going to include any AdMech stuff potentially, then it'd be good to go with this one. Okay. What are the differences between the two? Got it. Good to know. Good to know. Well, that's cool. That'll definitely come into play next campaign, I believe. Extra wounds is cool. I just don't like that it counts as 2. All these counting as 2. Interesting. That one is actually not bad. Just like I said, it's 2-shot though. I see. So since Engines of War gave Mechanicus good units, they don't need the Knights. Interesting. Good to know. So I don't know. I do like the additional range, especially on the half-range weapons. The thermal cannons, having the extra 6 inches on the thermal cannons was nice, because that's 3 inches further away that you could be. At least 3 inches. Because it extended their range for the thermal cannon, so I was getting the additional damage boost from 20 inches. So I definitely do like the blessed arms for that. Interesting. We could do that. Yeah, I'm hoping they improve Knights some, because I like the flavor of them. And and I'd like to see, I mean, they play a part, just like Titans do, but they're a little smaller. So I don't like that it used to be, you know, full-blown Titans, 2,000 points plus, little bitty tanks. So I like that there's some mid-ground there now. And I think they should fit that role properly. So I don't know. I really think they should have a little bit more middle ground. And it does look like the War Dogs are essentially the Amager... They're the Ermagers. fun is they actually share the Morax name on the one. But they actually have 3 variants, opposed to the 2 the other guys have. What do they get? They get Ermurger, Autocannon, and Heavy Stubber. And they have Volkite Vulgary. Vagulary? Interesting. Heavy 5. Okay. So the other ones only have these 2. They don't have... The Warglaive is the standard dog. And then the Mortex one is actually... Huh. Interesting. Because this is what the Morax has on the other one. And the Morax here has the Volcarite. So the standard one is the Warglaive, and the Morax one matches up. See, Thermal Spear with the Hepglaive, so they switch the names basically. Okay. Well, they made Armageddon rules for playing with your standard units in that, but the old Apocalypse rules actually shrunk the models so that the Titans were the size of a Dreadnought. So I kind of like the actual Morax for the Imperial Knights. But the others don't have it, which is interesting. Because it's really interesting that they switched it. Alright, alright. Free Blade. Inclusion of a Free Blade unit in Imperial Knight detachment does not prevent other units. What's the point? So it doesn't hassle tradition. Why would you pick that? Why would you take that? It basically says you don't get to have benefits. Why would you pick it? Okay. So you can basically, that's so you can add them in other armies. Got it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, actually, that's one of the things I was mentioning for the next campaign I'd like to do, is actually use a larger table and actually bring in some of them. What? Odd. I thought these were supposed to be... in the folder. Yeah, okay, just glitched. Here. Like, I was actually thinking it'd be fun to have some of these on the field, and that's why I was saying it might be a full thing. So if you want to play that, Hanoi and McPherson, or both, anyone, definitely an option I'm considering. Because I think it'd be awesome to have these guys basically have a fight against each other, while you have the, you know, hordes of little guys shooting at each other underneath, too. No, not what I wanted to do. So, you know, have that sort of a thing where they're marching up while, like, the knights and tanks are fighting. You have the titans fighting each other as well. That's kind of what I was thinking might be fun to do for the next campaign, so that, yeah, you'd say, you know, 4v4 or a 2v2, but two of the players are bringing huge vehicles, two of the players are bringing the more medium to small sized. But if you build a custom knight, they don't get, like, what benefits does it have to doing that? I mean, I want to build my own custom knight, sure, but I'd want it to be part of a household so it still has some sort of value instead of not get anything. Is there any benefit to being Freeblade? Or is it just a cost, essentially? You have to admit, this looks awesome. A walking city. I guess maybe just a town, but still. Okay. So is it, you get to pick per model that you put it on then? Okay, okay, interesting. Alright. I could see why that could be useful to do. Because then you could have a range special one for the range guy and a melee specialist for your melee guy, so that you can kind of focus in instead of just using the house rules. That's the only option I see. Oh, you have to do it differently. I got it! Oh, I see. But it doesn't give me anything there. Do you have to pick this? Got it. I see. So you have to choose a quality and a burden. And then they don't get the stuff. I see. There used to be. I don't know if they have it anymore. There used to be an option up here where you select it and you say include or exclude Forge World, but I don't think they have that anymore. Cool. So you can do stuff like that. Okay. Cool, cool. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Just thought I'd check it out. Well, this is awesome. A lot to think about then. Definitely want to see what I can do to pull a list together and go with some of the, maybe go with some of the small dogs and some of the bigger knights and see what kind of, you know, fun we can do. And these guys have similar selectable aspects. So I take it the Dread Blade is basically the free blade. But they don't get to pick. Interesting. They can pick here though. Okay. Okay. Interesting. That's true. They have fewer wounds, half the wounds, but you can get 3 of them in a squad. Their movement is 14, so they're 2 inches faster. So we'll have to look at some of these Pacts and Damnations, or the, what do you call them? But I don't think we necessarily want to go the free blade route or the Dread Blade route, because then you lose the other aspect that is useful. So I think the house boost is better than missing out on it. Yeah, they do look like fast attack tanks. Kind of like, they remind me a lot of like the bikes, because the bikes also have 14-inch move. Kind of bump around the field, zapping. It doesn't say they lose that. Because I don't see anything there that says you have to separate them. Here's a War Dog. First time you set this unit up, model must be placed within 6 inches. Okay, from that point onward, it's independent. So they are independent, like the tanks. It looks like you do actually set them up, and then divide them. So it actually would be worthwhile to potentially bring in a few, because you can have up to 5. So if you brought just a few big knights and then a bunch of little knights, you could swarm a bunch of little knights all over the field, and giving them a 42-inch range weapons, they could be buzzing around, and then they also have melee, so they could be like buzzing all over the field and then smack in, pick on them. Yeah, there is. Was it Tyrant? Let me pull it back up. One of them said they give a boost to, yeah, Taskmaster. Knight Decimator. The Decimator has Taskmaster. Reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made by models that are war dogs. So if you put this guy with a bunch of little ranged war dogs, they could buzz around together, just laying down the fire, zapping things. And he is the laser destructor. And if you make him a character, they have to target the little guys first. Is there a loyalist Imperial Knight variant that's like that? That is true. They could go into reserves as a unit. Yep. Do any of these Imperial Knights have that? What would be the Decimator variant for loyalists? I want to see if any of them modify the Ermagers. Do any of you alter the Ermager? You are super heavy walker. Negative. Do you have something for the Ermagers? Negative. Do you have something for the Ermagers? Negative. Oh, Ermager, yes. Mentor. Ah. So both have it. So either you have Taskmaster or Mentor. Yeah, so you could basically bam from 9 inches away. Yeah. So you need to pick House Comedics, but you would then be able to bamf them right in front of them and charge in with what? 3 apiece, 9 to 15. 9 to 15 of the little guys just swarming in. Locusts. Ooh. Yeah, I need to look at those stratagem. It may be worth picking one of the actual houses because of that. Because if we get the actual stratagem that requires a house, then we kind of need to do that. And I did see like Infernal Household, Iconoclast Household, Infernal Household, House Carrymore, House Vertex. Is Infernal Household just any of them, or is it a specific one? House Conometics, yeah, Encircling Hounds, that's what you're talking about. War Dogs, you can set up the unit encircling the foe instead of setting it up on the battlefield. You, end of your movement phase, set up anywhere on the battlefield within 6 inches from the edge, more than 9 inches from enemy models. Yep. Once per battle. Does that mean you can only do it with one unit? Because that would only be 3 of them. Because it says you can only use it once per battle. Yeah, select one War Dog unit. So you can only do that with 3 models. Not as awesome as everyone, but it makes sense. Iconoclast Household? What's Iconoclast Household? Let's actually pull it up and see the... Can I... Yeah, here we go. Okay. Good to know. So we have Dread Household. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Demonic Surge. What's Demonic Surge? Below somewhere. Oh, where is it? There it is. So we did the Conquer Without Mercy, which gives you the additional attack and stuff, and then you have the other one, Demonic Surge. You do a D3, add 2 to the move characteristic. I see. Ah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. True, true. But I do see that the plus 2-inch move characteristics isn't bad. Not that I necessarily want that. I like the additional toughness, because that would make them T9. And toughness 9 would be useful. And demonic powers is nice. Add 1 strength to a weapon. That could be useful. It can mean the difference between, 3s to wound and 4s to wound, or 4s to wound and 5s to wound. Oh, but if it uses Demonic Surge, it suffers 1 mortal wound. I don't like. But you get a mortal wound for it. But why do they make it where you take damage for your canticles, opposed to they just get to have the canticles? They don't have to lose a wound when using a canticle. That's kind of cheap. I mean, with that, I really like the options it gives, but I'm not going to spend a wound on it. I'd rather just go with the other one. Okay. I still don't like that it costs them a wound. I think something else would be better, like spend a CP to use it or something like that, not just, yeah, if you want to take advantage of this, you're going to have to suffer. Otherwise, you get no bonus. Unless, of course, like their houses are so much better or something, but it didn't look that way. Alright. Dread households. Wow. Do a CP to just cast out mortal wounds to anyone within 6. Oh, within 1 inch, never mind. So that's the electromancy sort of one. Eh. Wow, bound to none. That's actually kind of powerful. If your warlord dies, he has a chance to not die. Cool. Artifact that allows you to subtract 1 from to hit rolls in melee. Guess that way vehicles wouldn't be able to hit. Okay. You have a point there. I see what you're saying. Cormanites. Dread Hunter for the Warlord. That could be useful. Add 1 to the damage characteristic and reroll hits and wounds. That could be useful. I mean, you put that on something that has, you know, multiple shots, it could definitely be crazy. Kind of like to go with Covenants, whatever you call them. But they don't have some of the other things that I like. I mean, their bond is eh. I like the custom bond better. But I mean, the Dread Hunter is nice. I wish I could, you know, there's a way to get that as an option without being of this household. So a weapon that automatically hits 3d6 times. So you roll 3d6 and then not bad. I mean, the fact that it's 18 inches is eh, but 3d6 auto hit is pretty nice. It is just an upgraded flamer, but I mean, it's an 18-inch 3d6 flamer, which isn't bad. I'm not saying it's amazing, but it's not bad. I like some of the others better. I mean, here you have a Assault 4 weapon, but it's definitely not as potent as the other one. It's not bad though. It at least made me think about if I want to stick with the house I have or not. I kind of do though. Because I still kind of like the it doesn't matter how many wounds you have, you remain at the top tier. I definitely see that as quite nice. I mean, some of the additional stratagems are nice. So, the custom ones that I went with, I definitely kind of like because I have the stay at top tier performance. Yeah, that's what I did. I made my own, but then you don't get the special relics or things like that. What are the ones with the stars? Are those ones that cost 2, or they just have it there? Because some of these have the little star there, and I don't see any note as to why. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it counts as 2 selections. Harrying pack isn't bad if you're doing melee war dogs, because you can fall back and then charge back in. It's actually not bad. I did select the exactly, and that's why I'm debating if it'd be worth getting the stratagem or relic. Mainly the stratagem, like you said. So I selected the dark foraging, so we have the dark foraging allows them to have the additional range, which I liked. And then I selected the, what was the other one? It was the one that allows you to always perform at your top tier. I'm trying to find it here. I don't see it, but there's one. Yeah, but one of them says you don't actually lose. You don't go down the tiers on the position. Actually, why don't I just pull it up? Abominable Constitution. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I didn't get the move increased by 1. Derp, I didn't realize that. So I have 1 inch extra movement, which I didn't really do. But the part I actually was paying attention to and wanted was always use the top row of its damage table when determining, move characteristic only. Oh, I failed. I thought it was everything. It's just move characteristic. Alright, well, I apparently need a break because I've not been reading things correctly. So, what we can do. We will definitely pick it up again tomorrow and see what kind of crazy stuff we can do. Definitely need to fix that because that is not what I read. It's much less good. But, yeah, I apparently can't read correctly today. So, we will see how we do tomorrow, right? Yeah. Hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to join us again. It's been a blast. We'll do what we can to get things right and do them correctly and hopefully not botch up completely. But hey, that's how we learn, right? Alright, it was great to see you all. Hope you can join us again next time. Until then, remember, enjoy the story. We'll see you then.